Hello students, today uh, in our class we'll see the second chapter of physical education, that is Olympic value education, and there are some subtopics which we'll study in this chapter, in this unit, and the subtopics are here in the slides. You can see Olympics, Paralympics and Special Olympics, Olympic symbol, ideals, objectives and values of Olympism, International Olympic Committee and Indian Olympic Association. And in this chapter, we'll learn a few things like ancient Olympic Games and modern Olympic Games. Okay, in the first part, Olympics, Paralympics, and Special Olympics. Before we start that, we'll have to go through the history of Olympics. Okay, that will be for the proper understanding. We'll see. When and how did the ancient Olympic Games begin? There is no authentic information or definite fact about the origin, but there are various tales about the origin of these games in ancient Greek stories. There are so many stories which are associated with the Olympic Games. According to the available information in history, the first ancient Olympic Games started in Olympia Valley in 776 before Christ era. It is believed that the natives of Olympia adored Zeus as their god. Once Zeus appeared on the ground of Olympia, Zeus, that is a Greek god, okay. Owing to his fearful anger, the land split, okay, in two parts. The land split. Then, to pacify Zeus, people constructed a magnificent temple in the valley. We can see this temple. They constructed and started the tradition of offering sacrifice. Later on, Hercules, the son of Zeus, started the games and sports in the honor of his father. So this is the story behind Olympics, okay, ancient Olympics. This is one story. And now we'll see the another story, okay. Later on, Hercules, the son of Zeus, it happened so, according to the another story, that Augeas, the king of Elis, gave the responsibility to clean the vast stable as punishment to Hercules for his misdeeds. Vast stables, it means horses or cows and other animals are kept in the stables, and it was so huge, and the duty was given, okay, that the responsibility was given to Hercules to clean that, okay, because of his misdeeds. Hercules placed a condition before King Augeas that if he completes his punishment as well as keep his promise, then King Augeas will have to give 10th part of his animal property. The king agreed. Hercules succeeded in turning the flow of the Alpheus River towards the stable, and automatically the stables became clean. But the king did not keep his word. After that, Hercules killed King Augeas and became the king. Hercules decided to pay tribute for the crime committed, and he organized Olympic Games for the first time. This is another story. Now, the third story behind Olympic Games, which is related with the Greece. Another interesting tale is prevalent about the origin of ancient Olympic Games. The Greeks listened to it with keen interest. According to it, on the banks of the Alpheus River, there was a well-established kingdom named Elis. The daughter of King Oenomaus was extremely beautiful. For her marriage, the king placed a condition. According to his condition, she was to be married to the person who would be able to kidnap her. Her name is written, Hippodamia, her name is. So the condition was that the person who wished to marry her has to kidnap his daughter. 13 youths, one by one, tried to kidnap her but failed. All the youths were mercilessly murdered by the king. After that, a youth named Pelops came from Elis. He was cunning and brave young man in comparison to other youths. He made the charioteer his intimate friend and made him remove the axle from the chariot of the king before the beginning of the race. So what he wanted, that he already did. Pelops along with Hippodamia started running his chariot. The king followed him in his chariot. When the king's chariot was about to reach the chariot of Pelops, his chariot wheel came off. Not only was his chariot broken into pieces, but his neck was also cut. Thus, Pelops not only got Hippodamia, but also the kingdom. It is said that to commemorate his duel success, Pelops started these games with religious rituals. One more story is there. Wrestling took place between the gods and goddesses. The story of wrestling part. Between Jews and Koronos, like wrestling took place between the gods and goddesses to assert their rights on this earth. So this wrestling took place between Jews and Koronos, in which Jews became the winner to celebrate the victory. The games and sports were started. Okay, this is the story. Some historians hold the view that Greece was divided into small states, which were called city-states. Owing to mutual battles among these small states, Olympic Games originated. Some people they say because there were several states, so to combat with each other, okay, the battles, the mutual battles with understanding, okay, they started Olympic Games. Whatever the reason behind the beginning of Olympic Games was, it is certain that these games were organized first time in the beautiful valley named Olympia. Therefore, these games were called Olympic Games. The ancient Olympic Games continued for approximately 1000 years, but in 394 century, Theodosius, the king of Rome, stopped the ancient Olympic Games. Stadiums were destroyed, but even after that, the memory of these games remained in the hearts of the natives. They could not forget these games even after many centuries. So there were several rules, okay, for the competitions at that time. So we'll see what rules they made. When the Olympic Games were organized in 776 before Christ era, certain rules were framed for competitors of various sports competitions, which were engraved on a bronze plate. These rules are given below. So we'll see the rules. The first rule, the competitor must be only a Greek, completely from a Hellenic race and must be physically fit. It means this was only for Greek people. Savages and punished persons were not allowed to participate in these games. Okay, we can see the discrimination in the society. Okay, savages and punished persons were not allowed to participate in these games. The competitor had to stay in Olympia for 1 month before the beginning of the Olympic Games. They had to take an oath that they had already taken the training for 10 months in their state. If the person has not taken training of 10 months, or if denies to take this oath, okay, might not be permitted for this competitions, not allowed to participate in the competitions. Women were not allowed to participate in competitions or see these games. This is something surprising. We people know this is all about ancient Olympics. For participation in games, participants had to practice for 1 month. And the last one, only amateur sports persons could participate in these games and not the professionals. See, with these rules, ancient Olympics games were played. Now, certain facts about opening ceremony of games. On the day of opening ceremony, all the players, their brothers, fathers, and trainers used to assemble in the auditorium. The expert of sports and games made them to take the oath that they would participate in the games according to the rules, and they had got the training of 10 months. It means they um, must have to follow the rules, whatever they were asked to do. That is 10 months training. After that, a pig was killed and offered to the god named Zeus Harikos. After this ritual, one by one, all the players used to come out of the sports arena. Exactly at that time, the players were introduced to the spectators. If one of the spectators had any objection against any player, he was not allowed to participate in the competitions. Rest of the players who faced no objection against them were allowed to participate. Rest of the players who faced no objection against them were allowed to participate. It means uh, the decision was about the participation was given by the spectators. Okay. After that, the declaration was made to start the games. With the passage of time, the number of games kept on changing. Okay. Such as 400 yards walking was included in 724 before Christ era. 3 miles race was included in 720 BC. Pentathlon in 708 BCE, boxing in 688 BCE, and horse race was included in 648 BCE. The number of games increased. Some students must be aware. I don't know whether they are aware or not. BCE, it means before Christ era. Okay. Anno Domini, after Christ. Like this is 2020. That is Anno Domini. Like after the birth of Christ, 220 years already passed. So 220. But before that, if we go back, so this will be like 648, 688, 708, that way. Okay, the past era. That is why it is said 720 BCE, then 708 BCE, then 688 BCE. Okay, this way. Okay, horse race was included in 648 BCE. The number of games increased over the years, and consequently, the games used to be organized for 5 days. On the first day, only religious functions were performed. The second day was reserved for march past and introduction, and after that, chariot race, horse race, and pentathlon were held. In the morning of third day, the ritual of sacrifice of animals was performed. After that, competitions of races, wrestling, and boxing were held. The fourth day was fixed for athletic events, wrestling and boxing, and on the fifth day, recreational programs were organized. So this way, in ancient Olympics, things were done. Now we'll have to see uh, what exactly after the competition, what exactly they used to do. The awards part. Less attention was paid to awards in the ancient Olympic Games. Only food grains and animals were given as a reward. After that, a crown made of olive leaves was given to the winners. More stress was laid on respect and honor instead of awards to the players in these games. Okay, so instead of awards, players were given animals or food grains. Okay, and much more respect and honor. Statues were also made of the winners. Poems were also composed in praise of winners, and their names were recorded in the annals of history. Even the players used to participate in these games for respect and honor and not for the sake of awards. So, awards like what the players get today. Okay, that type of awards were not in the ancient Olympic history. Okay, so this we have learned today about ancient Olympic Games, and in our next lesson, next video, we'll see about the modern Olympics. Okay, thank you very much, students.